All right. What's going on, everybody? What's up, tycoons? Very excited for today's video. We're going to look at Near Protocol, ticker symbol NEAR, and we're going to give a price prediction, okay, in this video, and also go over some of the things that I like about Near Protocol, and really just dive into some of the basics and take a look at some of the recent news, as well as the entire ecosystem, all right? So make sure to do your own research. None of this is financial advice. And with that being said, we'll get straight into it. Here we can look at the chart. All right. We can see it's definitely been very, very rough in 2022. All right. We are almost done with the year at the time of this recording. It's about mid-November. And we can see it's been very, very brutal. All right. But this is a great time to start researching and looking for assets that you want to own long term, especially with cryptocurrency. The best strategy is really just to dollar cost average. But if you are interested in trading, I do have multiple videos that I drop every single week, really just updating the price action as well as the technical analysis. Okay, so we can see that their current market cap is right at 1.39 billion. So for the sake of the math in this video, we have rounded it to 1.4, and the current price is 1.69. Again, for the sake of the math in the video, we have rounded it to 1.7. There's about 800 million tokens in circulation right now. One thing that I do like is it does have a max supply of about 1 billion. Now, this is the maximum amount of coins that will ever exist in the lifetime of the cryptocurrency. All of this data on the chart is from coinmarketcap.com. And if this data has not been submitted by the project or verified by the CoinMarketCap team, the max supply shows a dash. So, we're nearing the max supply. Once we have the max supply, that's going to be nice. That's really going to actually help out the price action a lot. So using the math that I told you we were going to use earlier, we can see here that, the current price of NEAR is about 1.7, $1.4 billion market cap. That's a 1x. That's where we're at currently. If NEAR is to 2x, all right, it would reach a $2.8 billion market cap, and that would put NEAR at about 3.4. For NEAR to go 5x, that would put the market cap at about 7 billion, all right, and put the price of one NEAR token at 8.5. And if we get to one NEAR at 17, this is going to be a $14 billion market cap. And that right there is going to be your 10x, okay? 100x is going to put NEAR at a $140 billion market cap and bring the price of one NEAR at 170. Now, where do I think NEAR can go? This right here is my more, conservative, okay, over the next coming years. I definitely think that it can get to between a $7 and $14 billion market cap. Now, it's very possible for us to go to a $140 billion market cap later in the future, maybe by the time of 2030, maybe after 2030. Again, this isn't financial advice, but I want people to keep this next slide in mind, okay? And we'll come back to this one, but it's this right here, okay? If we look at it and read it, the global blockchain technology market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 85.9%, reaching more than $1.4 trillion with a T by 2030, all right? $1.4 trillion is immense. It is very, very immense. And that wealth is going to be spread across many different projects. So it's best not to keep all your eggs in one basket, but really just to diversify and figure out, what coins, what tokens do you think have potential? And we'll go over some of the potentials of NEAR protocol in this video. But look here, 94% of Fortune 500 executives have already begun planning blockchain initiatives. 89% of Fortune 500 executives believe that the next 10 years of Web3 innovation will define the next 100 years of business. Now, I agree with this statement a lot. In the 90s, when the internet came out and really started booming, it's only been about 30 years since then. So now we're going from Web 1, then we had Web 2, and now Web 3 is really going to be the next step that's going to define possibly the next 100 years of business. And then 75% of global executives fear a loss of competitive advantage if they don't adopt blockchain technology. The growth is largely going to be driven by enterprise adoption. This is large institutional money. So one thing that people are very, I would say, back and forth on is going to be crypto regulation. All right. In my personal opinion, I think that large institutional adoption is what is needed to really get the market cap of a lot of these coins going up. And that right there is going to help drive the price of the tokens up. Now, the recent FTX collapse has actually accelerated the growth or the pace rather of crypto regulation because so many institutional investors had large amounts of money in this and they lost it. Now, what they're doing is they're, again, accelerating the pace of regulation. So that way this won't happen again to them and they can be protected and not really have their funds stolen. Now, things like this will always happen. Regulation won't solve criminals. If people want to be criminals, at the end of the day, they will be criminals. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. You have to remember that. And you can't really predict someone like Sam Bankman-Fried, projecting himself as this person donating all of his money and really just into philanthropy and charity, but actually, he was a thief. So that's a whole different story. We'll go ahead and go back to this last slide here real quick. And I gave you guys the predictions right here, okay, for a 10x, a 100x. Now, I just want to show you using the website CoinMarketCap of, I would definitely go check their website out. It's very, very nice. But we can look here, and if the price of Near was going to reach the price of Matic, or I'm sorry, the market cap of Matic, that right there is a 5x. So in the potential future, I think it is very possible for it to reach the current market cap of Matic. That right there would be a nice 5x. If we look at XRP, and if Near Protocol was to get the market cap of XRP, that is a 13x. And we come over here and we take a look. If we were to get the market cap of BNB, which is the Binance token, that is a 30x. So just to give you guys some more visuals and really kind of help you understand, this last slide of, a 7 billion market cap, what does that look like? What does a $14 billion market cap look like? $140 billion market cap? A 30x is going to be the price of BNB, a 5x is going to be the market cap of Matic, and a 13x is going to be the market cap of XRP. Moving forward, we'll actually dive into some of the basics of Near protocol. What is Near? People ask. Okay, Near is a blockchain, an ecosystem, and a foundation. Right, the blockchain is a sharded proof of stake layer 1 blockchain that is simple to use, secure, and scalable. Now, the ecosystem has a vast number of applications, infrastructure, and support built by an ever-expanding network of developers, entrepreneurs, and creatives, and the foundation exists to foster ecosystem development and innovation through grant funding. So Near, in a nutshell, is basically a layer 1 blockchain, meaning it is not dependent on other chains. It uses a unique scaling mechanism, the nightshade sharding, which we'll get into in a little bit. But sharding is one of the main features that has a lot of people's attention when it comes to Near protocol and makes it especially easily to onboard new users. It opens the door to mass adoption for Web3. Also, it's a building platform, okay? It serves as the secure, scalable foundation for a new kind of decentralized applications. These are called dApps. It is also built to be especially easy for developers to use. Hundreds of projects are already building exciting dApps on Near. Moving forward into this, we can see, the Web3 promise has finally been delivered. These are the claims of Near. All right, Ethereum has provided a vision of what's possible, but with Near, you can start building Web3 apps that can scale for mass adoption today. It's got low cost, high speed, and effortless scale. Nightshade sharding enables seamless scaling with minimal fees. You can see the transaction cost is about 1 cent. There's over 20 million accounts with 400,000 daily transactions and roughly a 2.4 second time to finality. If you look at this graph right here, this basically shows you how it works, right? So you have your layer 1 blockchain, this is Near protocol. Then you have your layer 2, that's going to be the infrastructure. Then you have your layer 3, this is going to be your dApps and your smart contracts. And then layer 4 is going to be the interface, right? We went over some of the low cost and high speed through better scaling technology over here. That's what we were basically describing. And Also, it's got frictionless onboarding for users and developers. One thing that's very important, actually two things that are very important we're going to highlight in this slide, is it's climate neutral. Now, carbon negative is really where things want to be heading in the direction of, but climate neutral is a good step in the right direction. They have been certified carbon neutral by South Pole, the industry lead in carbon offsetting solutions, and they have a low energy footprint. Near's innovative blockchain design uses a fraction of the energy other networks use and requires no sort of power draining crypto mining to perform transactions. Now, one of the main things I always look for in a project when it comes to cryptocurrency is the team and the founders. So if we look here, these are real people, okay? Alexander and Ilya are two real people. You can see their faces. If this was a scam and they did a rug pull and they stole everyone's money, we can come and we can hold these people accountable versus lots of projects will have anonymous founders, anonymous team with, just some random NFTs as their profile picture. So you never really get to know who they are. You can't confront these people. You can't really ask them any questions or, again, confront them, not even if about rug pulls or scams, but if you just have some questions or maybe you're looking to work with the team and you think that you can bring some upgrades to the protocol, you really wouldn't be able to reach out to these people without knowing who you're actually speaking to. So big shout out to Near Protocol for that. I always try to highlight that and emphasize that, definitely you want to look into the people running the project that you're going to be giving your money. Look at what happened with FTX. A lot of people got scammed by this guy and now their money's just gone. So here we can take a look, and this is kind of like an intro into the ecosystem. We'll dive into the ecosystem a little bit more. But Near Protocol makes it very easy to get your idea off the ground. The Near ecosystem has everything you need to realize your ideas with hundreds of projects and DAOs. Projects and DAOs bring value to the users and change to the world. There's over 750 active projects with 125 DAOs. It's also got a vibrant, welcoming community. Near's vibrant community is a globally distributed home for developers, token holders, validators, and members supporting the protocol's platform, ecosystem, and applications with over 550,000 members and 4,000 developers. It also has very strong venture support, okay? The ecosystem offers financial support, advice, and networking to projects to help them become thriving businesses with $120 million awarded and over 2,000 projects funded. So here we can see that if you go through some of the updates on, their website, there is a curated list of 929 projects building on Near, Aurora, and Octopus ecosystem. Okay, and this is a picture of it. It's you can just basically see all of the projects. Right here are some of the dexes. Right here, here's some of the DeFi projects. Here are some of the oracles. Community projects, some of the app chains, some of the DAOs right over here, bridges, some of the infrastructure, the launch pads, and we have others over here, as well as some tool and explorers, NFT and gaming. There's really a lot going on. If we go to the next slide, it's just a little bit smaller and more compressed, easier image to look at. So again, you have your infrastructure layer, you have what else? You have your application layers over here. And you can see really everything that is going on in a much smaller picture. It doesn't have as many projects on here in the ecosystem, but it does kind of just show you in a much clearer image, what's going on. Okay, so, the main things are the Octopus network. We have the Rainbow Bridge. They're working with Chainlink. That's very nice. And, just definitely dive into a lot of these things some more. And it's really, really good to do that. Now, Near we're going to go ahead and talk about sharding now. So Near blockchain moves ahead with phase 1 of its sharding upgrade. That was earlier in this year, night sharding phase 1. The next alpha is Near. So scalability has always been the biggest challenge to mainstream adoption of blockchain technology. Near Protocol was founded in 2018 to tackle this challenge with a very innovative sharding mechanism, Nightshade. Sharding is a way of partitioning a database into smaller pieces or shards, splitting the work of processing transactions across many participating nodes in parallel. Nightshade Sharding allows Near protocol to scale linearly with the number of shards, thereby having the ability to handle millions of transactions per second and satisfy the demand for transactions as more and more users start to use Near. Ultimately, it prepares Near for mass consumer adoption of billions of users. Now, they also have Near's Nightshade sharding roadmap. Okay, the rollout of Nightshade sharding is divided into a four-stage rollout process, starting from phase 0, Simple Nightshade, which was successfully launched on the mainnet on November 15th, 2021. Now, I was covering this last year in 2021 around this time, really just emphasizing, what are the main reasons that I'm watching Near Protocol and really studying this one is because it was already doing sharding and getting into sharding. Now, that's something that Ethereum has been talking about a lot. And, Near Protocol is known as an Ethereum competitor. But in this initial phase, Near Protocol shards the state, but not processing, meaning the blockchain will be validated by all the network's validators. The network is split into 4 shards, significantly increasing the throughput of Near. Now over here, this article right here kind of dives into what sharding is. It's a chain splicing mechanism that Near utilizes to grow the network's output. Separating the chain into smaller chains makes the network more efficiently process transactions. Near's plan to shard the network will be done through a 4-step program called Nightshade. We kind of already went over this, but they are going to be completing the upcoming phases of the upgrade in 2023. And right here, I kind of spoke on this already as well, but Near Protocol has historically been seen as a threat to Ethereum due to its cheaper and faster transactions. However, the upcoming merge will make the network from its current proof of work consensus mechanism to proof of stake, brings competition back into the limelight. And they're just speaking of the Ethereum upgrade, and where they're working on going to proof of stake fully. So that's kind of just what that is emphasizing and discussing right there. Now, here's a look at the roadmap, all right? And they really break the roadmap down into 2 things. They break it down into the core experiences, and they also break it down into, the experience and the core, all right? So the roadmap has 2 major components, experience and core. The experience section encompasses user and or developer experience and the protocol features needed to enable those experiences. As an example, an iPhone user can freely start to use applications built on top of Near without having to register an account if we have meta transactions and support for SEC keys, all right? So you can take a look here, and this is Q4 2022, jumping into Q1 of 2023. We have the meta transactions, we have that SEC token support right here. Global storage is on the roadmap, zero balance account is on the roadmap. There's lots of things in 2023 coming on the roadmap. And one of the nicest things about Near Protocol, in fact, they really do a lot of progress on their roadmaps. And they really hit a lot of the things that they say they're going to do on their roadmaps. So it's just good to see them working at the pace that they say they are versus, the Ethereum upgrade took forever and forever. A lot of people know that, okay? But there are a lot of exciting new features on the way. The core protocol team prioritized these based on a combination of ecosystem level strategy from Near Foundation and Pagoda, feedback from founders and builders, and user research on applications built on Near. Here's a quick breakdown of some of the items on the roadmap, right? And you can look at them here. We have meta transactions, zero balance account, and this makes it easy for applications and wallets to create accounts for new users. It's global storage, running WASM and WASM. Those are some of the things. We'll go ahead and take a look at the next slide. And this is their core upgrades roadmap. And again, it's just nice to watch the progress on their roadmaps and see how they are hitting some of their milestones. Q4 of 2022, we've got fiat storage. They're looking to scale to 100 shards within, by Q2 of 2023. And then they're looking to move from the tier 1 network to the tier 2 network in 2023. Lots of stuff going on. They're also going to be having a gas price auction. It's, basically in the first 3 quarters of the year of 2023. We've got cold storage coming here too by Q1 of 2023. They hope to have that finished up. Lots of things going on, but the core section, on the other hand, covers major efforts to improve the scalability and decentralization of the protocol, right? And decentralization is really big to a lot of people, especially with these centralized exchanges just collapsing right in front of everybody. But most notably, what this does is this features the launch of phase 2 of sharding, which scales the network to 100 shards with no validators tracking all shards. Phase 2 is planned for 2023. The roadmap goes through 2024 with the delivery of phase 3 of sharding, which dynamically adjusts the number of shards based on demand. We'll move forward again. And we do have to highlight some of the negatives, right? But this negative is actually a positive in my opinion. Now, I was very hyped up and excited for USN, which was Near Protocol's stablecoin, but it was shut down after severing a $40 million collateral gap. Now, a lot of this was caused by Luna. Okay, so some of the heavy drawdowns were when USN was launched in April 2022 as a partly algorithmic stablecoin, but the spectacular collapse right here of Terra's algorithmic UST stablecoin in May showed the risk of similar projects becoming under collateralized, prompting Decentral Bank to make USN solely mintable against USDT deposits. Now, despite their efforts, the price of USN dropped to nearly 98 cents in early July. The stable token then became under collateralized as the price of NEAR suffered heavy drawdowns from August. They basically spotted something before it completely collapsed and ruined their protocol, such as what happened with Luna. So they were able to do that. That's very nice to see. But, at the end of the day, they did have to shut down their stablecoin. Okay. So we'll move forward, and we're basically just going to cover up some of the news here to wrap up this video. Now, if you've made it this far, definitely smash the like button and subscribe to the channel because I'm making videos like this every single week, and I do viewer requests every single week as well. Okay, so Binance Custody adds NEAR token and NEP 4141 standard to its infrastructure. This is very nice. So Binance is very big in the news right now. Everybody knows that with the FTX collapse and CZ really kind of being the mastermind behind all of that and really setting it up so that it would actually collapse. But NEAR and Binance, they have a nice partnership now. We have VX or VEX, I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but it is a decentralized derivative trading protocol on NEAR. They were able to raise 1.2 million pre-seed amidst global centralized finance breakdown. So it's nice to see that some of the NEAR protocols are still able to raise some money amidst this global centralized finance breakdown. And then look at the wallet news, okay? Most recently, NEAR Foundation, all right, they saw a 10-fold increase in the number of NEAR wallet users since the start of this year, rising from 2 million to over 20 million. Again, that's that ecosystem growing. That big ecosystem we were taking a look at earlier is really just increasing the number of wallets, and that's a very, very good sign. That's something you want to see. The increase has been contributed to a combination of factors, including growing support among developers and creators for NEAR's blockchain, as well as its partnership with companies such as the fitness app Sweat Economy. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see a video on your token or your cryptocurrency next, make sure to let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to get to it as soon as I can and make a video for you.